I've been struggling with the weirdest issue in my setup for about a month now. And after attempting to utilize all of my troubleshooting skills, as well as in total 5 professionals, 3 companies' customer supports, 3 replaced product, I might have finally found a fix-ish for my problem. But I still have no idea what causes this. Guys, strap in. This one's a doozy. So a couple of weeks ago, I made this video. And in it, I criticized the Audio-Technica ATR6550X for a digital interference noise that it was picking up from something. And that noise was always audible when you were trying to record anything. That wasn't the only issue with the microphone. That was one of the main things. The video ended up with me taking it back, returning it, and getting the Rode video mic instead. And in that video I also added that even with the Rode mic, though less prominent now, it was still there. So first of all, let me give you the properties of this sound. Well, first of all, this is what it sounds like. Now the sound is not constant everywhere. This is a beautiful blueprint of our apartment. This one is the room where I make all of my content in. This one is the kitchen. Here's the living room, and that's the bedroom. Now the noise stays more or less the same across all of these rooms here. But if I take the microphone and the recorder into the bedroom, which is on the other side of the building, the noise disappears. It's not there anymore. So that is the first discrepancy. Next, we have the fact that it's not constant everywhere within the rooms themselves. See, at first, my setup was over there, and the sound is always most prominent near the windows. Okay, so I switched my recording area from there to over here. This, unfortunately, did not help. It wasn't as prominent, it was still very much there. So at this point, I assumed that it has to be the equipment. Something has to be wrong with the equipment. So I reached out to customer support of Zoom and Rode, as well as starting to look for help in different audio subreddits. Unfortunately, as the people in the subreddits tried to help me and asked more specific questions to allow them to pinpoint the problem, the inconsistencies and the different properties of the sound one by one drove them to just simply forget about it and stop replying. And I appreciate the guys who tried to help me. It's just kind of sucked. Now keep in mind, at least 3 of these people seemed very knowledgeable in audio matters. At least a lot more knowledgeable than I am. And I know some things. So at this point, all of my hope depended on the customer support of Zoom and Rode. By the way, Audio-Technica still hasn't replied to my customer support request, which is about a month old now. So, not the greatest experience with that customer support. First one out of these 2 to reply was Zoom. Now, a thing about Zoom is that, like many big companies, they work on a regional basis. Yeah? So if you're looking for help, you need to contact this customer support of your region. But the problem arises since I live in Northern Europe. Now in Zoom's regional selection, the closest thing would be Central Europe, but for some reason it's specified Central, not just Europe. And then you have global. So no Northern Europe or anything except Central Europe for Europeans. Well, since the Central Europe wasn't too accurate, I tried contacting the global customer support, thinking that you don't need to be in my region to be able to help me with this. You just need to know audio and your gear. Well, the only reply that I got was to contact my region support. There is no my region support. So I tried Central Europe just to receive the same exact message. Replying to these messages provided no results. So I guess if you don't live in an area specified by Zoom, you don't get help with your gear. That kind of sucks. So now we're down to Rode. Luckily, Will from Rode was eager to help. He first suspected the problem to be with the recorder because I said that the noise would somehow be lessened when I touched the mic capsule on the Zoom H5 that I have, which is metal and to which the microphone is connected to. I somewhat agreed, except that the noise would also be lessened by covering the back of the microphone with my hand. I'm pointing that way because the microphone is over there. But because Finland and the company that I bought the recorder from has a stellar return policy, I took the Zoom back, got it replaced, got home, plugged the mic in, and what do you know, still there. At this point, a friend of mine suggested that, hey, have you tried the thought about covering the microphone with aluminum foil? Well, no, I hadn't. So I went ahead and wrapped the microphone in the material of choice for all conspiracy theorists, and what do you know? The noise is gone. Completely. No noise, just silence. So I go ahead and report this to Rode, and Will tells me that it has to be a faulty microphone. That their microphone should definitely not be susceptible to something like that. At this point, I don't think it's the mic's fault anymore. I think it's just the apartment trying to drive me away, but I oblige. I take the microphone back, get it replaced, and whoop-de-doo, it's still there. Now at this point, as I've just accepted that this is how it's gonna be in this apartment, out of curiosity, I tried a few things. Like I went to the kitchen and I unplugged the microwave. That cut down the noise by about half. Okay, so it has to be the apartment, 100%. But then I remembered that the noise is louder by the window. So I thought, what the hell? I grabbed the microphone, I grabbed the recorder, I went out to my balcony and started waving it around like I was trying to catch ghosts. And come on, at this point I wasn't even surprised anymore when I pointed the rear end of the microphone toward the construction site that is in the next flat. I really wish I had some sort of a resolution to this, but I really don't. All I can offer is that if somebody else has run into this same issue, you're not alone. Even though trying to troubleshoot whatever this is might make you feel like it. I honestly have no idea. If you're an audio engineer or someone who's knowledgeable about this kind of stuff, let me know what you think in the comments below. If this is something that you've encountered, also let me know. Other than that, likes if you like this video, subs if you love the channel, and with that, I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. All right, peace.